You're live. Man, I look so washed out. John,
I
am
don't
I
know what
here?
to tell you.
I don't know. Fix myself up a little bit before I go on cam. I don't have any viewers yet, anyhow. It is Sunday evening here at Casa de Strange. John, the skinny one, is working on devouring as much as he possibly can of this package of Nutter Butters because it makes him happy. And I had a few, and now I'm enjoying this luke, lukewarm room temperature tea and waiting on hi. Somebody's here. I can't tell who's here. Hi. Maybe I need to turn my light down a little bit. Oh, not that much. I'm gonna have to like super glue or duct tape this thing to an outlet because slightest movement, it's very blue. It's very yellow. It's way too bright. Be more like that. Um, Again, as usual. Oh, they left. Whoever it was left. Well, I'm just going to take my glasses off so I can't see and I don't obsess over it because I got big news. And I should have adjusted this a little lower for this big news. So, you see, John and I are, we are all a titter and we are titillated and we are, what was the other thing? Uh, You're letting me down, John. You're
I
supposed to
don't
help me
know.
remember my routine.
I didn't, but
Eh,
I wasn't in your head when you wrote it.
well, you're
So
a boob.
yes, you have two of those. What were their names
And
again?
we're just wanting to keep you a shush. Just wanted to keep you abreast of the situation. That was it. And I'm looking up into my ring light again, John. I keep doing that. I look up into my ring light as if it's the camera lens.
Ah,
Something ain't right with me. I am way washed out. Don't make me regret you, ring light. Maybe if I put it back a wee tad bit. Okay, so the big news is, those of you that don't know, I long ago cutely named my bosoms because men are fond of naming a certain part of their body, which I've always found really hilarious and lame. I'm looking into my ring light again. And lame. When guys do that, it's just funny. It's just a guy thing. And
not all guy
not all
things.
guys do it, but you know. How many women are been sitting on my Linda all day and got Linda all itching and nobody's doing that.
Well, guys don't talk about their dicks like that.
Some of them do.
God, but,
I've been hanging out with the wrong gentleman, clearly.
yeah, dude, I don't hang out with people like that. That's just coarse and refined. You
That's
know what I mean?
why I have been utterly alone for many years at a time, where I just hermit myself because I just can't take it. The kind of fellas I attract sometimes is just mortifying.
Shit,
Present
girl, I don't blame you.
company.
I don't blame you.
I'll show you a little bit. I'm trying to protect your privacy by mostly being in front of you, but
Right on.
um, anyway, and so I decided jokingly one day to name my bosoms, and I named them Ava. Let's see, Ava and Jaja. I was in alphabetical order. Ava and Jaja, or just the Gabors or the Gabor sisters, or whatever.
Yeah, and about 12 million other women back in the 70s.
As I sit in a restaurant and slop my dinner all over my chest, I can say, "Ooh, time to feed the Gabors." But now, as I was as I was scootering my way through the Walmart tonight, uh, where um, wearing a cat hair covered shirt that was not warm enough for the evening. My new new shirt. This one, some of you, a lot of you surely know who this is. So now I have impromptu there in the dairy department at the Walmarts. I've renamed them Tammy and Carla. Could be Crystal, but there's no glasses, so I'm pretty sure it's Carla or Corla. Tammy and Corla. And it's much better. Um, yeah, that's all I have uh, to to tell. John, do you have anything to add to that?
No.
Okay, well, our evening is kind of winding down. So much for the weekend, but I went to a dispensary. We have now two dispensaries in town. One of them opened much earlier than the other, and I ended up going into the one that opened first. My experience, I was rather disgruntled with both the staff and the facility itself, and the lack of thought that went into planning it for people in wheelchairs, which I was that day. And I can walk some, but some days it's going to hurt me so badly that I'm going to be like vocally in pain. Um, so I went in and it was just the product was gross and they kind of lied to me and the bud tender didn't know his stuff and it was just not a good experience and expensive, so expensive, and the quality was terrible. And so I was pretty disappointed. But then the new place opened, and from what John had been reading, they were waiting, kind of biding their time, excuse me, to open when they could provide good product and not just to start scraping in money um, like the other place. So we've been keeping an eye on it. It's just right down the road from us. It's in an old building that used to be, it's been all sorts of things, thrift shop and I don't know what all. So they got it spiffed up. It's so pretty. It's so well lit. So nice. Excuse me. Um, I was desperate for some concentrate for the weekend, keep me feeling okay. And so we went in there. I hated to part with the money, but I wanted to try the place out. It was a really good experience. I won't drag you through every detail of it, but I ended up talking to the guy who I think is the owner, or at least the manager. And he was neat. I liked him a lot. He had really good energy, and they were friendly, but they weren't like all up my butt. Well, they kind of were, but they also knew what they were talking about and sold me a good product. So that means a lot to me. So, and yeah, it was a really good experience. What's the name of it? Pure Spirit? Pure Spirit
Yes.
Cannabis Company in Fayetteville, Arkansas. If you have cannabis needs, medical cannabis, because that's all we have right now. If you have medical cannabis needs while in the Fayetteville, Arkansas area or Northwest Arkansas area, if you're up around Bentonville, although I can't vouch for it myself, all reviewers seem to point to the Relief, L-E-A-F, R-E-L-E-A-F, Relief Center. And they have their own grow on site as well. And I've heard that their prices, I think, are pretty much on par with everyone else's, but they know their stuff and they have good product. So, and I think that helps keep a place a little more honest too when they're having to produce their own product. Again, if anybody happens to be watching me live, I cannot see my screen. And if you're saying hi to me, I'm very sorry, but I am missing it because I cannot see my screen. So we got out tonight, excuse me, after I took a long nap, got dressed, got out in the bitter cold with baskets and baskets of our dirty laundry, and we needed to make a shopping trip, go to the laundromat and all that stuff. We were hungry though, so I bought us a couple of Popeyes chicken sandwiches because those things really are the bomb. I was saying it was some sort of mass hysteria and that it couldn't be all that good, but it is all that good. I won't even go into all the reasons why it's that good, but it is. So I said, let's go get those. You know, those have a lot of chicken in them. They're just delicious and wonderful, and you can get like two of them for $10, more or less. So we went and we did that, and we ended up taking our food to the laundromat, which was kind of the idea all along. And we were just going to sit in there and, let our clothes wash and eat. But as we sat there getting our stuff ready to go inside, here comes some cars, minivans, and ladies piling out with babies and little kids. It looked like they had a lot of energy in them. And we just kind of decided we're grumpy old folks, I guess. They're not our kids and grandkids, so who wants to have to deal with that? So we just, there's not really much seating in there either. It's kind of a small place. So we said, let's do this tomorrow. And probably be twice as full of people in there crying babies tomorrow, too. But we kind of wimped out. We had to go to the grocery store because the kitty cats are out of food. And they, of course, naturally make our lives a living hell because they think we're dumb and we're just not understanding what they're trying to lead us to and show us. They'll do that whole come on, come on, and lead me to the bowl and stand there, stare into it angrily, stare at the little patch in the middle where there's no food, or stare into the almost empty or completely empty bowl. That's even worse. That's when the true anger comes down. John is so used to me rattling on all the time. I don't think it's even weird to him that I'm sitting here talking to my phone. Is it, dear? Trying to get back more into vlogging, um, but it's difficult because I often don't feel that I have a lot to talk about. And even worse, my lighter's on a leash. Woo! Even worse is that I feel like I will talk about something inappropriate, hurt somebody, trigger somebody, upset somebody. Can't control everybody and their emotions and their feelings and their reactions. But I mean, honestly, I have at least one story that I want so badly to make a video about. But I want to make sure I'm doing it for the right reasons and not just to exploit something that happened to somebody. So I've been having to search my soul a little bit on that one. I will go through with it, I think, but I'm just trying to figure out how to word it and be delicate and get to my point, which is not something that's easy for me. I think that we would like to watch a little TV now, wouldn't we?
Yep.
So, while there's still some left, I'm gonna eat these. Remember the weird commercials, you old people? Remember the Saturday morning commercial for Nutter Butters? With the weird, like, cartoon guy with red hair that would swing and he had striped pants and real long legs? I think of him every time I eat one of these. And despite that, I still eat them. Hmm. Okay. Man, I have 7 people watching. Y'all, I appreciate you. Mwah. Leave a comment once I post it because if you're saying stuff in chat, I cannot see it. Love y'all. Bye. It always takes me a second to actually get this to disconnect. It's very awkward.